The downside to it, it's not great. Like, it's although I've just said it's not the worst game you'll play, it's definitely not the best game you'll play. How are you finding the movement? Like, it's alright. It feels like an old school Call of Duty almost. Like a little bit faster, almost, but it's alright. It's not the worst. It's not as bad as I originally thought. When I first went on it, I thought it was absolutely shocking. It's better than I first thought. Yes, it has that little bit of a Call of Duty feel to it. It's more of an Overwatch competitor for me rather than COD. Like, again, I might be wrong with that. It just feels more like it's competing with Overwatch. It feels similar to Overwatch than it does COD. The one thing I'm having with this game at the moment though is just how long it takes to level up. Like, it genuinely just takes so long to level up on this game. Like, I appreciate not everything should be given to you and it should be a slow grind. I appreciate that. But there's got to be a little bit of a compromise of leveling up at the start and then taking half an hour to level up or taking 5 hours to level up. Like, that's the issue with this game at the moment. My biggest pet peeve is the leveling up. Almost comparing this to Call of Duty is a little bit harsh because, like I said, I don't think it's meant to compete with Call of Duty. I think it's more so tailored towards like fighting Overwatch. I think it's a similar game to Overwatch than it is Call of Duty, but you imagine Call of Duty's had like 15, 20 Call of Duties now over the years, and this is their first generation game, so it's not going to be as good as Call of Duty. You imagine it like your first car versus your 15th car or your 10th car, like, it's going to be progressively better, right? It's going to be like that. That is massive. That Call of Duty overall needs to be free to play. Like, there's no reason why you should be charging for Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty should just be a free to play game, especially with all like the DLC and add-ons they've got included in the game. Like I said, there's no reason the game isn't free to play, especially with this coming out now. It might force them down that route. Let me give you the benefits of the game and I'll give you the sort of negatives of it. First of all, it's a completely free game, right? So you can't go wrong with that. First of all, it's free. It's only 30 gig to download. And it's not the worst game you'll ever play, right? It's not the worst game at all. The downside to it, it's not great. Like, it's although I've just said it's not the worst game you'll play, it's definitely not the best game you'll play. But again, for a free game, it can only get better. The one thing I don't like about it, there's a couple of things that I picked up on, is there's no kill cam, and then you can't go prone. Like, what? Do you remember like the paid content back in the day on Black Ops 2 where you could buy like one camo for like 79 cents, like a pound or something? They definitely should bring that back into this game and, you know, just sell like single camos. Don't sell them in a bulk pack like they do now where you've got to sell your whole house and your family just to buy a camo skin on Call of Duty. Like, just sell them one at a time and I think they'd make a lot of money on this. That weaponized 115 camo, the greatest camo of all time. The greatest camo of all time in Call of Duty costs like $1. They should definitely do that for this game, literally just solely sell like one single camo at a time. You don't need a whole pack of camos because you only ever use one at a time anyway. Just let us buy one at a time. And then like, I think you used to get on Black Ops 2, I think they did like the country camos, and I think you could get like a UK camo, or maybe it wasn't a camo, maybe it was like a calling card. Nah, that was sick, that back in the day. I do think eventually they're going to start doing more paid for content. And like I say, rather than doing like battle passes and season passes where you buy a whole truckload of items, just sell like one-off items like the skins and calling cards and stuff like that, like they used to back in the day. But do you see what I mean by the loading screen when you come out of a game and go into the main lobby, or like the main menu? You just sat on a black screen for so long. That's one thing they definitely need to fix. Even if you can't like load us in any quicker, just give us like a graphic. Give us a loading screen or something. I know there's a little progression bar in the corner, but like, it's just a bit bland, isn't it? You're actually loving this game? Yeah, do you know what? Like I said, the more I actually play this game, the more I'm warming to it. Like I said, I'm getting familiar with the maps, how it works, the movement, the guns. I am enjoying it more and more, I've got to say. Like I said, I was a little bit harsh with it after my first game, and everyone let me know I was a little bit harsh with it. Like I said, I'm now starting to warm to it a hell of a lot more. Your KD is so bad. Yeah, but again, you've got to take into account that, again, like we've touched on earlier on, it's a new game, it's a new game mode. It's new movement, it's new maps, it's new everything. Your KD's going to be a little, you know, it's going to take a little bit of hit to start off with. But the more you get familiar with it, the more you get better on the game, it will get better. And if you're still bothered about your KD, like, who cares really?